Hey guys, thank you so much for watching and welcome back. So today I'm back with another tutorial, and today is specifically a Thanksgiving makeup tutorial. These holidays are just coming so damn quick and I can't keep up. But I'm excited because I love Thanksgiving and the food, and then it's Christmas time, and then we're just going back full circle. But anyways, if you guys want to learn how to get this cranberry fall Thanksgiving makeup look, then just keep watching. Okay guys, so let's get started. The first thing I'm going to do is fill in my brows. I always skip this step, but I actually had a request on a brow tutorial, so I figured I'd just incorporate what I do to fill in my brows in this video. So what I use for my brows, and I've only been using this product for I'm not even kidding, for the past 3-4 years. I tried other products and this one just is the best. This is the Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Wiz and the shade Ebony. So it has a brow pencil on one end and the spoolie on the other. So I like to just brush my brows into place, and then I like to outline the brows first. So I start with the bottom and I lightly just follow my brow shape. My brow shape is pretty good, so I don't have to do a lot of fixing. But if you do, like a little bit here I'm missing, so I have to go a little bit more above where my brow hair starts, and I just follow through on the top. And if you don't know what your brow shape should look like, I suggest you guys get like a stencil or I don't know, something like that. Or you can make points on where, you know, the beginning of your brow is supposed to start, where your arch is, and then the outer. So the outer part usually lines up with the end of your lash line. So here, and then the arch, and then the beginning. So yeah. After I do that, I go ahead and fill in everything. And I lightly go ahead and do this throughout the brow until I get it the color I want. And the good thing about this too with the spoolie, like if you feel like you went too dark in some areas, just go ahead and take that spoolie and blend it through. I go in dark from this point all the way to the end. When it comes to the beginning of the brow, I like to lightly flick up, and I don't like to do it as dark as I do the rest of the brows. I don't want too much of a fade, but I also don't want it really dark. Okay, so the next step, I like to set my brows in place. So I use a clear brow gel, and the one I'm using today is by Kylie Cosmetics. I just lightly brush that into my brows. This helps the brow hair stay in place because my brows are long and curly and they'll tend to move throughout the day. So I use a brow gel. And I honestly like this one from Kylie. I only use the Anastasia Beverly Hills clear brow gel before, but once I bought this, I actually loved it. Okay, so now we're gonna go ahead and prime the eyes. I don't use a eye primer. I've tried them before and I never really found one I love, so I just use the Tarte Shape Tape Concealer, and I'll go ahead and put that all over my lid. And I also clean up the brow area under while doing this as well. I wanna try the Anastasia eye primer because it has an actual color, like a tint. It's like a neutral base, so it's kind of like concealer, so I should probably try that out just to see how well it works. But I honestly just like using concealer. Cancels out all discoloration, veins, anything like that. Then with the palette I'm using today, I'm using the Huda Beauty Rose Gold palette, and I'm just taking this nude bone color shadow. And then I just set the whole lid space with this shade. The reason why I do this is because this helps the concealer not crease. It also gives, you know, like a base for the foundation, sorry, not the foundation, for the concealer. So that way when you go in with your concealer, I can't even talk. Once you go in with your eyeshadows, then it's so much easier to blend, because if you just did the concealer or if you just did an eyeshadow primer and didn't set it, it's gonna stay sticky and like tacky. So when you go ahead and add that, you know, eyeshadow and you go in trying to do an eyeshadow look, it's just not gonna move and it's gonna stay in that place. Trust me, I've done it before and I've always had like eyeshadow that like just stays in one area and I'm like, what is going on? Like, I'm blending right, but it's just the fact that I didn't set it. So this little tip just makes your shadows blend seamlessly. I always skip this part when I do my tutorials, but I figured why not show it, because I haven't showed it in a while. So here you go. Okay, so moving along to the eyeshadow look, we're gonna go in with the Huda Beauty Rose Gold palette. This is the only palette we're gonna use, and we're gonna first go in with Sandalwood. I'm gonna take this big fluffy brush and I am just going to blend that back and forth. This is going to be our transition shade. And what I mean by that is you wanna start off with the lightest color, moving down to like darker shades, if that makes sense. You don't ever want to go in with a darker shade in the crease, like a dark brown or black. It's just harder to blend out versus starting with lighter shades and working your way up. So this part is super easy. You literally just go back and forth. Okay, and next shade we're going to use this red matte shade in the shade Man Eater. Then I'm taking this taper brush and I'm just bringing that shade right under the shade we just applied. So you really want to build up this color, so you're just going to keep going back and forth. We're also going to add this shade in the outer V as well. I did this look for my cousin's baby shower over the weekend, and I always just do neutral looks on the weekend. Like, I never really play with color just because it's quick and easy, and I was running late that day. I ended up doing her makeup as well. So just a lot going on, but I was like, you know what? I've been dying to do like a red, like an all red look. I love doing those like looks in the fall. It's like that cranberry, you know, perfect for fall. And I was like, you know what? This look is actually perfect for Thanksgiving. So let me recreate it and just do it over, because I uploaded a picture on my Instagram stories and literally I got so many DMs, and I actually had someone ask me like, can you film this look? And I was like, you know what, this actually would be perfect to film. So here I am. And I'm just adding this shade until I get it to the shade I like. Then I'm going to take this deeper maroon shade in the shade Bossy. Taking this smaller blending brush and I'm focusing this shade in the outer V. I'm going to take whatever's left and just bring it into the crease as well. I'm going to take the same shade, the maroon, and just take a very small blending brush and just focus that on the outer V. Then I'm just gonna go in with the new shade in Bay and just use that for my brow bone highlight. And then next I'm going to move on to the lid, and we're gonna use the red burgundy metallic shade in the shade Fling. And with this palette specifically, I just use my finger to apply this shade. Comes out more pigmented than using a brush. I'll go in with the brush just to fix like the corners and things like that, but definitely better with your finger. Okay, so then next I'm going to go in with Trust Fund. It's just like a bronzy, rosy toned metallic shade as well. It's just a little bit more metallic than the burgundy. So I just take a little bit on my finger and just put it right on top of the burgundy. This doesn't really do a lot to the look, but it gives it just a little bit more dimension. So it looks a little bit more like metallic. Okay, so now I'm going to add my lashes and I'll be right back. Okay, guys, so I'm back. I applied my lashes. I am wearing the Ardell Double Up Wispies. Now we're gonna go ahead and move along to the face. Today, I'm going to try a new primer out by Dermablend. They actually sent me this product and a couple other products, which I'm super excited to use because I've never used Dermablend before. I've heard about their products and things like that, but I never personally used them. Anyways, I'm gonna use their PoreSaver Matte Makeup Primer. It claims to be oil absorbing primer up to 24 hours. It instantly minimizes the appearance of pores without clogging, absorb oil without drying skin, and helps extend your makeup. So me personally, when I'm looking into buying a new primer, I always look for like pore filling, because everybody has pores and I obviously want to cover them as best as possible. So I look for that, and I've been on the market to actually look for a mattifying pore filling primer because I used to use the Benefit Professional, and the Tasha one claims to minimize the look of pores as well. So, but nothing is mattifying. A lot of products are either or. The only product that they do have that has both that I've seen is the Benefit Professional, which is the mattifying one, but I don't personally like that one. It doesn't seem to work for me personally. And then I always use the Boscia mattifying primer, and I mix that in with just my normal Professional, and it kind of does the 2-in-1. But the fact that this is claiming to do both in one product, I'm super excited to try out. So usually with pore filling primers, it does have that like silicone texture, so it's the same with this primer. I'm gonna just add that into my T-zone. And I'm just pressing it in while swiping. When I first got like the Professional, I hated it and I returned it because I thought it didn't work. I was just swiping it. But you have to press it in to your skin. This is definitely like a velvety texture. Okay, so first, final thoughts. It blended out really nice. It doesn't feel heavy. It's very lightweight, but I do want to see what it looks like once I apply the foundation on top. So let's go ahead and move along and apply some foundation. Okay, so I noticed once I started to apply my foundation, like, and this happens with a lot of pore filling primers, like with the smaller pores, it looks flawless, smooth. Obviously with the bigger pores, like you can still see them, not as big, but what I did was just add the primer over the foundation and it helped it, you know, look smaller. But it looks, everything looks blurring, like, it looks really good. Anyways, we're gonna go ahead and move on to concealer. I'm using the KKW concealer in the shade 8. And another Dermablend product that I'm going to be using today for the very first time is the Dermablend Loose Setting Powder. And I actually heard very good things about this powder, so I'm excited to try it out. Okay, so in the waterline, I use this Lancome eyeliner in the shade Brick. It just looks like this. And it's like a red burgundy cranberry shade. Whew. And this is why I don't wear eyeliner in my waterline, because my eyes are so freaking sensitive. Okay, moving along, we're gonna go ahead and use Man Eater again, which is that bright red matte shade, and add that to our lower lash line. Then we're gonna take the burgundy shade and just go ahead and blend all that out. So moving along, we're going to bronze, and I'm gonna use the Kylie bronzer. Then I'm gonna use this pink Mauve blush by Tarte. And then for highlights, I'm going to use Becca's Champagne Pop. So we're moving on to lips, and this has been my combination since I got it. These are like the first time I ever used KKW lip products besides like her and Kylie's collaboration. So I first go in with her lip liner in the shade Nude 2, and then her lipstick in Nude 3.5, and then this Morphe gloss in Freebird, which is gorgeous. Okay guys, so I'm back and I'm loving how this look came out. It's very appropriate for Thanksgiving, fall, any day honestly, but it just screams Thanksgiving to me because obviously it's fall and those red tones are definitely in season. And although it's like all red and burgundy, it really isn't like too over dramatic. You know, you think like a red eyeshadow look is gonna look crazy, but like tied in with the neutral lips, it pulls everything together and it's nothing too much. You know, it's more than your everyday neutral eye, but it definitely isn't like too much out of your comfort zone. I don't know, it came out really good and I love it. And I got so many compliments, like I said, when I posted this look. So yeah, that is all. I hope this was easy enough to follow along. Thanksgiving is gonna be here before we know it. Christmas is gonna be here. Like, it's just so crazy and I can't even wrap my mind around it. But yeah, anyways, thank you so much for watching and I'll see you in my next video.